Hello everybody, how you doing today? In the last video we were talking about Blue Bird CLI, which is a command line interface for Dart. And here we can do with this package just to create a new Flutter project, which is based on a clean architecture, so you won't need to think about anything just to integrate inside your project, like for example dependency injection, routing, and so on. So for example, in this case, what we were doing in the last video was about just creating a new app, which is kind of a monorepo, because you will have your main app and then you will have a packages folder where you're gonna have all your different packages for different features that you would like to integrate in your app. So every time that you add a new package to the app, everything is going to be automatically integrated to the app by using the Blue Bird CLI command. If you recall well, or if you saw the video, you can see that we created this project, the Blue Bird app, and we created it like this code. Okay, in this case we did it. If we go to the documentation, we did it with this command here, Blue Bird create full app. In this case the name of the app was Blue Bird app, but it's just using this command here. And let's go to the project, let's open it, and we saw that we had here just the main app, right? And then in source we have dependency injection, we have routing and so on. And apart from that, we had the design system package, which is just for the components that you're gonna reuse in your app, and they were based on an atomic design, atom, molecules, and organisms. And apart from that, we also had the core package, which was just used for the internationalization or localizations in your projects. Then we also have the root names and the root paths that you're gonna use in your projects as well. And finally, we had the packages folder where you can create different packages and just integrate these packages to your projects. This package is just a package for a new feature that we wanted to have for the app as an example. And here you will have also config, and inside config you will have dependency injection for this package itself. And you can integrate this package with your main project by going to the DI folder, and in the DI you will have this injection file, and here you can just call the configure new package dependency, which is just integrated by default if you are using the Blue Bird CLI. So in this video, what I wanted to show you is just how to use a different template, because here you could see this is a complex project because we have different packages like core, design system, and then you will have the packages folder with all the packages that you would like to integrate into your app. But if you want to have like a more lightweight app, because the project is not that big, you just need a small project or maybe a medium-sized project, you wouldn't need this complex architecture at all. So what we are gonna do is just to create a light project, and you can do so as well with the Blue Bird CLI. If we go back to the documentation, we can see that we can create the light app by using the light template, which is this command here. So let me just copy this command and let's paste it in the terminal. And here we have Blue Bird create, which is the command, and then we have the name of the app, which is light app, and the template that we are gonna use, in this case just the Flutter light template. So let's just press enter and wait for the generation. We are generating here 54 files, you will see now in a moment. If we go to the Finder, we see that we have now our new light app here being created, but there are some stuff that are going on behind, like for example generating just files with the build runner, because we are using Freeze for this app for the model generations and so on. And apart from that, we also need to in this case just to Flutter get all the dependencies that we have in the package itself, because we are gonna have some already ready dependencies there. So let's just wait for this to finish. It is almost there, and then we can just open the project, and that's it. So now everything is created. You can just open the new project as we did with the last one. Let's just open it on VS Code. Let's just change the name of the app, which is now Light App. Okay, now we are opening the app. And yeah, we have our new app here. So you will see now the difference. The difference that we only have one app. We don't have packages anymore. So it's not a monorepo anymore because you are going to have only one pop spec, only one package for the whole project. So here inside, what we are going to have is just the dependency injections as we had in the packages and the app as well. There is only one here, and then we have localizations as well with all the app localization for different languages. So far we only have English, but you can add any language as you want. And we have the routes as well. We have the route names, we have the route paths, and we also have the app router, so you can just build your routes here. We also have the colors for the app, the constants, the theme data for the light and dark mode, and everything is just inside this config folder. Then we have the data folder, which is just for the data sources. We have the interfaces here, as we saw in the last video. We have the local implementation of the data source. We have the remote implementation of the data source. Then if we go to the mappers, we just have our kind of DTOs, because they are going, I mean, it's not DTO itself because we are not converting JSON to an object itself, but we are converting the data model to our domain model. In this case, we are just consuming the data model coming from the data source, and we are converting it into our domain model, which is residing inside the domain folder. And this is the one that we are gonna use on the presentation layer as well. And we also have the other mapper in case that we just need to pass information to the data source to fetch some information from the outside, or maybe locally by using the local data source. And this is the data layer. Then we have the domain layer with the entities, like for example in this case we have the light app entity. This is just an example, and we are using freeze for generating this class and so on. So that's why we had to run the build runner. And yeah, we also have repository interfaces here, and the implementation of course in the data folder. So in repository we have the implementation for this interface that we created on the domain layer. Then apart from that, we have in the domain layer also the use cases. In this case, this is a pretty simple use case, which is calling just the repository here, and everything here is injected by dependency injection used in the config folder. Everything is just being set up in the injection config, which is a file which is also generated, so you don't need to touch anything here. Yeah, that's it. That's the domain. And we also saw the data layer, and finally we have the presentation layer. In the presentation layer we have the pages, which are gonna be the pages that we are gonna present to the user in the app. We also have the view models, which are going to have inside just the logic that you're gonna have for the view. You know, this is the logic for the view. So in this case, for example, what we are doing here is just updating just the name. We have an entity, and this entity, which is representing the state of the page, or the widget could be it as well, just contains a name, and we are just changing this name here by calling the update method inside the Light app qubit. As you can see, we are using qubit from BLoC because it's one of the state management tools that I like a lot. And we also have the widgets folder, so here you can just build your widgets and so on. So this is the structure of the project. It's only one package, we don't have many things here. And in the main app, the only example that we have is just here a simple page with the app bar, and then we have a elevator button centered, and we this text, which is just to go to details, and we are going to the detail route, which is a different page. And yeah, that's it, right? What else? We also have the BLoC package scripts. For example, here in this case, we also have the same scripts that we had in the last project, like getting all dependency. If you need to use it, it's just by typing BLoC get and BLoC clean, generate for generating code for all the packages in case that you create new entities and new models, and that's it. Then we have also the localizations in case that you add new localization and you just want to generate the new localization for your project, analyze format, fix the project, update goldens, because we also have test, and the test has the same structure that we had in the main app. So we have config here for some of the fakes, and we also have the mocks. We also have the data layer here with the data sources. Everything is being already tested, as we saw with the last video. Yeah, everything is just tested here, the mappers as well. We have the repositories. Also in the domain layer we have the use case being tested, and finally in the presentation layer we have the like app golden test. This is a golden test. If you want, we can give it a try. Let's just open a new terminal and let's see. So let's just call BLoC as we saw here. We can just call this update goldens, which is the command, just BLoC update goldens. Let me just copy paste it, and we are gonna see that here we are gonna create the golden for this app. So we have only the Lite app, and let's create the goldens for this project. Okay, it's being generated, something fade, but nothing to worry about so far. And here we have the goldens, and we also have, this is the golden for the CI without any fonts or so on. And we have here the golden for the macOS, which is my operating system in this case. And yeah, it's pretty easy, right? So let me just also run the project. Let me just open the simulator, and let me just run the project. Let me see if it is being loaded. Yes. Let's go to the main. Let me just contract all of this, and let's go to the main app, and from here let's just click on run. And normally this doesn't take too much because it's a simple app, and then we can just see the project once it is built. Let me just put here the simulator so you can see it, and it's pretty much the same example that we saw last week or last video. And yeah, let's see. Normally it takes some seconds and so on, so maybe we can just wait for it, and yeah, let's see. All right, after almost 50 seconds, less than a minute, the app has been built, and then we have our app here being running. And let's see, if we click on go to details, we have the detail page, and then from the detail page we can just update, as we saw in the qubit implementation. And then you can see that the state is being changed and everything is working fine. So that's pretty much everything, guys, and I hope that you like the video. And this is just a small project that you can just build, and everything is in place: dependency injection, routing, thin data, and so on. So you can just reuse it and maybe just add some stuff on top, and then you can create all the features that you can imagine. Be creative with this. So yeah, hope you liked it, and see you in the next one. Bye.